Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So wanted to introduce myself before we get started and kind of go through our confidentiality statement. So my name's Hunter. Um, Anything you say in here is confidential. It stays with me, unless of course you are actively harming yourself or are going to harm yourself or someone else. That would require me to report that. So I just wanted to let you know that this is a safe space and you can say anything you'd like in here, and I will not share it with anyone outside these doors. Okay?
Thank you so much. I
Of
appreciate
course.
that.
Yeah. So I guess let's start out with why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and what sort of brought you in today?
So my name is Jane, and I am 26 years old. I have experienced some significant loss in my life recently, um, and it's really impacted my mental health, and that's why I decided that I need to be here today.
Okay. Okay. You mentioned loss. Was it family members that you lost recently?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
I have lost both of my parents actually.
I'm sorry. That's hard.
It was a lot. My mom had ALS. I don't know if you know much about ALS, but
Not a whole lot.
it's a terrible, terrible disease. It it literally like takes control of their whole body. My mom was bedridden. She couldn't even turn her head on her own. Um, and I had to help take care of her. And in my 20s, you think I'd be enjoying life and going out and doing things, but I had to take care of mom. Um, and so she slowly had been declining, and she had a wish of no feeding tube and no trachea thing. And she so we honored those wishes because that has prolonged people's life with ALS.
Okay.
But that is not something that she wanted for her life. So I made sure that was honored. And she did pass peacefully
Okay.
on hospice.
Okay. And how long ago was this?
Um, about a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
So pretty fresh.
it was very fresh.
Okay.
Um, and I also lost my father. A little background on him. He was a heavy smoker.
Mm-hmm.
Like pack a day type of guy.
Okay.
Which then turned into COPD. You've heard of COPD?
Yes.
Yeah, the very
Yes.
common thing for smokers. And that, slowly took his life. And he he passed away like 6 months ago. So I lost my father first. But I was very close to my mother.
Okay.
So
What about, do you have any siblings that were there to kind of help you through this time, or?
I don't have any siblings, and in times of these, I guess you wish that you did,
Mm-hmm.
because you
It
can
was
kind of
all
lean
on
on
your
them.
shoulders.
Yeah, it was, unfortunately.
Okay. What about like extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins?
I wouldn't say I had like close relatives, but I did have like some distant cousins. But I wouldn't consider them to be like close enough to like, help me with like the funeral stuff and the, caregiving of my mother especially. But they both required me to be their caregiver.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you took care of them sort of at the same time, it sounds like, because they passed so close to each other. Where did you take care of them? In your home?
In our home? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also, believe it or not, is working on my bachelor's in library science.
Okay.
And
Kind of concurrently with
Yeah.
all of that.
yeah,
That sounds like it might have been a little stressful.
it was
A lot stressful.
um, it was like go to class, come home, take care of mom and dad. It like on repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no time for me. And I'm grieving my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard time. I'm depressed, and it's lost. It's hard.
Yeah. So, remind me again of your age and how old your parents were.
I am 26,
Okay.
and my parents were 55 and 57. So
Okay.
mom was 55.
So pretty young all the way around,
Mhm.
it sounds like. And Jane,
Yes.
are you married in a relationship? Any partner at home of any sort to help you through this?
No, but I do have a pet.
You have a pet. Okay, tell me about your pet.
I have a cat.
Okay. What's your cat's name?
It's a girl, and her name is Maisie.
Maisie. I like that.
She's a tortie cat.
Okay, I don't know much about cats, but
But
torties are the ones that are multiple colors.
two colors,
right?
like
Two
the
colors.
orange and black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
And how long have you had Maisie?
like 12 years. Like
Wow,
that was most,
okay.
part of my life, I guess.
Yeah, most of your older life.
And I do find like comfort in cuddling with my cat.
Yeah.
There's something.
Animals can be very helpful. Yes.
Yeah, they're fun.
Okay. Um, so tell me about, you said you were getting your bachelor's in library science. What do you do for work right now?
I am the assistant manager at a Family Dollar.
Okay.
So, I, looking back, I don't know how I coordinated all this, like school, Family Dollar, taking care of my parents,
Mm-hmm.
taking care of the cat,
All
things.
the things.
Yes, everything at once. But I am struggling, emotionally, and it's made me like not sleep very well. I'm waking up multiple times a night, and it's because I was like I think living with my parents. I was used to taking care of them, and I miss them.
Right. So
close
now
together.
you're almost feeling that void of things to do.
Yes,
Okay.
but while grieving at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
Okay. So tell me about how mom and dad were growing up. What was your childhood with them like?
I think as I mentioned, I was close to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
We liked going to like craft shows together and stuff. That was like something that we did. Garage sales too. That was
Okay,
my
yeah.
mom. My dad and he would like play basketball with me sometimes, like
Okay.
outside. And, like an only child, so I guess a lot of the attention was more so on me because I didn't have a sibling.
Yeah, it sounds like you had sort of unique things that you did with each parent though. So you got your individualized time
Yes.
with each of them as well as group time, I guess. Which sounds like it was pretty positive and a good experience for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
When you were younger, did you guys see your extended family a lot or not so much?
Not so much.
Okay, so it was really just kind of the three of you against the world growing up.
Yeah, so
And your
now,
cat.
yeah, the cat. Yeah, the cat. But it's been, I feel very alone.
Mm-hmm. That
Like
can
that,
be
like,
very
hopeless.
isolating
Yeah.
when it's been the three of you your whole life and now it's you. Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to try to I don't know, maybe try to go out and make some friends and, maybe create more of a support around me, but.
So what kind of friends or communities are you involved in currently?
I mean, not really much of anything.
Okay.
No, but I'm open to looking into my possibilities. Like I did mention, I like basketball and stuff. I don't know if there's any like clubs or leagues of some sort that I could get
that would be a
involved
great
in.
idea.
Women's league. Or I don't know. I like sculpture, like making sculptures, like clay and stuff. So I don't know, maybe taking like some sort of art class that has to do with sculpture.
Okay.
That would be interesting to me. really interesting. And I did take a sculpture class in college. It was like one of those electives that you got to choose. So obviously, I chose something that I was interested in.
Yeah. So it sounds like you've got a lot of great ideas and skills that you can lean into to kind of help you cope.
Mm-hmm.
And, even though you're feeling the loss and the grief, it does sound like you do have a very strong will to want to live for your parents and be what they wanted you to be, which I think is a really great strength
Mm-hmm.
to have.
Thank you.
Grief is very weird in that it kind of ebbs and flows. So, I want you to feel comfortable telling me, like, if you have a great day, we can have a great day, but like, it's also okay to have a bad day as well. Okay. Um, Tell me a little bit about, I know you said working on bachelor's in library science. Tell me a little bit about how high school was for you, like education wise, grade wise, friend wise.
Like I was an A and B type of student.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in 11th grade I got mono.
Ooh,
And
that takes a while.
Yeah, it was like 3 months of my junior year that I was like sick. It was like I was taking half days. So one day I would go in the morning, do class, and then the next day I would do the afternoon because I was trying to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that impacted my grades, making them more of that A and B thing. That's just something significant that has stood out to me. And I remember my parents taking very good care of me during that time. My mom drove me to school
every single day.
every single day so that I could still try to keep up with schoolwork.
Okay. And how did grades transfer into college?
I mean, in college, I really feel like I pushed myself a lot, like maybe a perfection type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like an A student,
Okay. So education sounds like it's really important to you to kind of keep up with studies and do good on your classes and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Got that 4.0 for my library science degree.
That's good.
So it was a big accomplishment. My parents didn't go to college.
So you're a first generation college
I
student.
am.
Okay, and your parents were supportive
Oh yeah.
of your wanting to go to college.
Yeah, they didn't sway my decision either way.
Mm-hmm. They sort of left it up to you.
Right. But Mom had been sick for years. We didn't know what was like wrong with her for a while.
Mm-hmm.
She was misdiagnosed with it was actually MS at first.
Okay.
And later found out it was ALS. So
Okay.
it moved pretty fast.
Okay. So have you ever, I know you talked about a little bit about hobbies that you like, and you work at Family Dollar. It doesn't sound like there was a whole lot of time for much else, but did you have any volunteer experience before?
Not really. I wasn't like. I feel like the time, like you said, didn't really allow for that.
Yeah.
But maybe what? I have an interest in like the Humane Society.
Mm-hmm.
They have like you can walk dogs and stuff, and they have cats too.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
I
might
would spend time with the cats or be like a dog walker. I love like animals in general.
Okay. That might be an area of interest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, again, a whole lot about ALS, but is that something that could possibly be hereditary? And are you sort of on top of maintaining contact with doctors and stuff for your own health?
So like right now, my health is considered to be good, but yes, it is a hereditary
Okay.
thing, unfortunately, and I think it increases my risk because it is my mom.
Mm-hmm.
The female.
Mm-hmm.
And I have had like some health issues that aligned with my mom from when I was younger.
Did any of your mom's, like her parents, her grandparents, did any of them have ALS, or was she the first one?
She's the first one, as far as all I know.
Okay.
But I feel like misdiagnosis of that is common.
Yeah, I mean, it happened to your mom. Eventually they figured it out, but
yeah.
Okay. So what about any history of mental disorder?